Uninstalled podcast, episode 15, with our guest this week, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going? How's it going?
We've tried and failed numerous times to get you on. How does it feel to finally be here?
Oh, bro, it feels amazing. I'm very excited to see where this is gonna turn.
So, for people who aren't familiar with what you do, obviously you do some streaming. What kind of stuff do you stream?
I usually stream fivem, which is GTA RP. I usually do a lot of cop stuff, and um if I'm not doing that, because like right now I'm not really doing that right now, so usually I'll like stream some Fortnite or for different variety games like Dead by Daylight, Arc Raiders, different stuff, a lot of variety.
Okay. How'd you get into GTA 5 roleplay? Did you just kind of start as a viewer? Did you like run into people that played it?
Yeah, so when I first started, I actually watched a streamer on Kick, and I really liked the way that like she RP'd, and then also like seeing the people around her like having fun and everything like that. That's something that I wanted to do because um the RP is actually the reason why I even got a PC in the first place. Is just because I wanted to play, and so um I got into the server that she streamed, and that became my first server, um and then ever since then, it's just been different places, and so I've been doing that for almost 2 years now. So
Hell yeah. And
actually, it's been over 2 years now. So it's been about two and a half.
hell yeah. I myself am a little bit familiar with GTA roleplay. I think kind of post COVID, I got into watching it a lot with um Mr. Kevin, Rami were like the main streamers that I was watching for a while. I don't know. I've talked to you about that
Oh, okay.
before.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually RP with them.
Yeah, I wanted to ask,
I'm in
what
the
is it?
server. Yeah.
What is it like? Interacting with some of these guys that I'm sure you've seen in videos before, and you kind of looked at as like that end goal of where you want to be. What is it like actually like interacting with them?
It is so weird. Like watching, like playing a video game with someone that you spent years watching, and you actually get to interact with them, and they become a part of your life. Um, they become a part of your life, and so it's a weird feeling, but it's like a good feeling. And honestly, every time I interact with them, I always like think to myself, and I'm like, how did I end up here? Like, how like I started 2.5 years ago. If you would have asked me, I'd be RPing with Hutch. I would be laughing in your face.
And you've been on some different servers, as far as content servers goes. I mean, I don't want to insult them, but maybe you could consider more amateur kind of servers for RP. Do you notice a big difference at all between like the top streamers who have been role playing for the longest compared to people who are like just starting out? Like, is there like
Oh yeah, there's a night and day difference. Just like the quality, just like the quality of roleplay like they put out, and you could tell like Lord K, Rami, all those people, like they are there for content. They're there to make content. They're there to make storylines. And usually a lot of people when they start out, that's what they want to do, but they don't know how to do it, and so but also like you could tell if people are there to just like shoot people,
yeah.
um or if they're there for the wrong intentions. You could pick people off like that easily, especially someone who's I've seen both. I've seen every type of role play. I've seen good role play, I've seen bad role play. I've been in whitelisted servers, which is if you don't know what that is, you basically, those are the servers that you have to apply to. You can't just simply connect. Yeah, you have to get whitelisted, and you have to get your application accepted in order to go into. And those are the ones that I prefer personally. There are public ones, but you have to deal with a lot of cheaters, um and it's just I'm not someone who likes to deal with people like that personally. But yeah, it's a night and day difference with um the quality of roleplay that people can put out. So yeah.
And as a smaller streamer, like when I've run into, not even big streamers, but medium sized streamers. There's a Daisy streamer called Hawken, who when I was playing
Okay.
Daisy more back in the day, me and my duo actually ran into him and his friend while they were alive in the woods, and we kind of shit on him. I'm not gonna lie, we kind of shit on him. And there's that kind of excitement of like, oh man, like I gotta go to their stream and like, check to see what like I looked like from their POV.
Yeah.
For you, especially because I mean, I'm sure you'd be willing to admit it, the GTA roleplay community can be kind of toxic.
Yeah.
Is there ever like that worry about like how your interaction is going to go with the big streamer, where you're like, oh, like am I going to get a bunch of people coming
Yeah.
over talking
So
shit?
I never dealt with it with my own personal stream, but I've definitely been a part of like, for example, one of my very close buddies now. I was watching one of his streams, and because I'm a mod for his channel, and um in an old server that we were in together, he uh he got into a gang war with one of the um like most popular gangs in the server, because the server owners owned that gang.
Mm.
um and um they killed the you know they took down the gang of the owners. And they had a lot of chat hoppers coming into his stream accusing him of stream sniping and metagaming, which the metagaming is a RP term where it's like you're you're using you're using out of city, so like IRL information, and you're bringing it into the roleplay server,
Plus,
which is a
like being
huge no
aware
go.
of interactions that you like your character, like in character, should not know about, like stuff that they're doing that you don't know
Exactly.
about.
Yep, exactly. And so like he was being accused of that. And so it can be really toxic, and honestly it can be a bit of a letdown, especially if you look up to those people. But I have realized that the chat is always going to be very toxic. The streamer themselves, they they're not as toxic. It's just the chatters, they get too into it, and they make it like they try to make it bigger than it actually is. So it's
Mm.
unfortunate. I will say a lot of if the chat wasn't as toxic for roleplay servers, I think fivem would be in a better place than it is now. But um and it's always the people that don't even play role play, that they're just there for a view, you know
Mm.
and just accusing people they don't even know of stuff that you can't even prove, but because your precious streamer got killed in their server, you know and then it's a problem, so it's like it's unfortunate. But the longer you role play, the more you realize that, and the more you just like, the more you don't really care about like people chat hopping and stuff. So
Yeah, and me and Dave have considered doing GTA roleplay for a while. And I think I'm probably the person that held us back from it, just because I'm fucking.
uh,
I feel like I could be kind of flaky. It's like one day I'm like, oh man, I really want to play this game, and then the next day I'm like, bro, I'm kind of grinding this other
yeah.
game.
Mm.
Yeah, because we've been talking about like trying to get into a server and just start our garbage man arc or whatever. And then
Yeah,
bro's just
and
like, Not today. I'm over here like, damn, bro.
Yeah, and even if you guys like the server I'm in, I don't know if you want me to like promote it or anything.
Oh, I mean, go ahead.
But it's a super popular server. Like a lot of people know about it. It's so I play in Prodigy, um, which a lot of bigger streamers are in that server. I'm in the whitelisted version of it. But there's also a public version where um you know where you guys can go in there at any time if you want to, and um as long as you guys um I don't know how the queue is. I don't know how the queue has been, but usually for the public one it's pretty filled. But they do have a public version where you don't have to be whitelisted. You just have to deal with like people not giving you the best time, but other than that
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's going to be difficult for us to get into the server you're on now, but it definitely
Yeah.
seems like a good time getting in there and just having fun fucking around with people. I do think the
Oh yeah.
griefiness coming from people that kind of are just there to like shoot their gun and like don't really want to role play. They kind of want, you know, the role play to move around them and like they're the center of it.
Yeah.
That I imagine would probably be pretty annoying just based on, you know, how annoying it seems from a third person perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the content in that it's so crazy, dude, because there it's a genre of streaming that can both be the most entertaining like thing I've ever seen in my life that I'm so invested in, but at the
Yeah.
same time it could also be the most uninteresting, boring, repetitive shit ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of it, but I you know, because I've talked to you about this off of the podcast before, but
Mhm.
like when Rami was on his lawyer arc, I was super invested in it because I'd watched him for a while before that, and like that was his first time doing something like that. And then
Yeah.
obviously when it got fucked up,
Right.
after that, it's like, well, I've seen people like rob the fucking bank and do all this so many different times, and admittedly, I haven't watched too much
Right.
since they switched servers from NoPixel, but yeah, well, I mean, what's your schedule kind of look like? I know you're kind of, you know, busier now, but how often do you normally try to stream?
I especially with because right now I'm in the process of getting my work schedule changed around a bit. But I usually I my goal is especially well because like I just started classes again for the spring semester, so
Mhm.
um I would really like to stream to get like one or two in a week. And that just all depends on how quickly I can get my schoolwork done, So thankfully, with this being the first week, I had, I had one quiz today, but that's literally all that I have due all week,
Mhm.
So, um, other than having classes tomorrow, um, like especially before I go back to work again, and and I'm on my new schedule, I would like to stream once or twice a week. And sometimes, depending on how free I am, sometimes I'll stream, two times in one day. It just really depends on how much time I have. But um, with school back now, it's gonna be a little bit harder to do that.
Okay. I've I've been doing some looking around on Reddit the past couple of weeks, just looking at different forums because I'm also, you know, I produce the podcast, so I'm, you know, looking for guests and topics and different stuff to line up. Um and
Yeah.
I've gone through some of like the new YouTuber Reddits, the like small YouTube channel Reddits where people are, you know, giving each other advice, and um I see, you know, a lot of people that seem like they're on the right track, and a lot of people who, you know, are getting kind of discouraged. You know, like I've been doing this for a year and I'm not seeing the growth, you know, that I'm expecting. And,
Yeah.
you know, when you're in a community where, you know, there's people growing exponentially around you, I'm sure it's easier to feel like you're kind of getting lost in the noise of everything. But
Yeah.
For you guys specifically, because I think, you know, I don't want to speak for Dave, but I just, you know, feel like he prefers streaming a lot more. What do you guys think is better for you guys from your own perspective about streaming versus content creation? Because I see a lot of people with YouTube specifically, you know, getting kind of discouraged. And you know, I imagine it's the same with streaming as well.
Yeah. Like I know for me, and there's this TikTok video that I watched. Uh and it's from Valkyrie, and she actually makes a very good point. Um she mentions queso, and she's
Mm,
talking about, oh, like, you know, um he doesn't do these super long streams. He doesn't do these 10, 12, 14-hour streams
yeah.
you know, a day or anything. He streams 3 to 4 hours a day, but within that 3 to 4 hours, it's it's nonstop content from the minute he clicks start streaming to the moment he clicks end streaming. You know,
Mm,
um uh and that's the difficult part about streaming is, but also it also depends on what type of audience you're trying to attract. Um like for me personally, I like I said, I'm you know, I stream a lot of role play. So with that comes with a lot of like story building and character development, and um you know, bringing on a different personality than my own person. And so it's like the entire time I'm live, you know, when I'm in city, you know, I you know, I'm playing a character, you know.
mm,
um and so you have to be consistent, you have to be on point the entire time, and you can't get lazy. And um you know, and that's honestly, I think streaming fivem, I think fivem is one of the easiest things to stream, only because a lot of the content, it's there in front of you. You
yeah.
know, it's just up to you if you want to grab it. You know, like a lot of people, they make the content. You know, you can make the content yourself, but there's also other people making content too. You know, and especially being in a content server, there's unlimited content. You'll find content everywhere you go. And so it's just up to you of what you want to do with it. If you want to use it to your advantage and you want to include yourself and your character, then you'll see that number boost up. You know, you'll see those followers increase. You'll see you know, you'll start to build a stronger community. Like for me, I've built such a strong community in the RP world. I'm still friends with people from my server 2.5 years ago, and they
Mm.
still watch my streams to this day. You know, and fivem can be one of the most loyal communities, but it can also be one of the most toxic too. So you
Yeah.
you have to accept the toxicity to get to the loyalty. That that's just how I put it.
Yeah. And I mean, how do you find, you know, streaming feeling to you, Dave? Because I know you do more single player games, so you are kind of, you know, forced to create the content to be talkative and to, you know, be animated and react to things.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my personality just in general kind of makes it so like I'm not really playing a character. I'm just really just being myself while I stream.
Yeah.
Even while we're doing the podcast, whoever y'all fucking see here, it's me, bro. Like there's nothing being upscaled. I'm not fucking doing nothing. I'm just me. And I feel like that's probably a lot better for the type of content I do for like single player stuff.
Mm.
So it's not very hard for me to just fucking self-loathe and make fun of myself for being a fucking chud.
Yeah.
or anything while I'm streaming. So I find it a little bit more rewarding whenever I'm out here chilling and I'll have like some random dude just come in my chat and be like, yo, how's it going? I'll be like, yo, what's good, big fella? And it'll just fucking leave. Even if I get like a single viewer just being like, what's up, bro? It really does like mean the world to me, just because with single player stuff, I know that it's kind of like a fucking saturated market, just because how much everybody just be playing, especially on YouTube, because I don't do like Twitch or anything like that. Was gonna say something, but I don't think I can. YouTube's primarily the platform that I usually stay on. I think the only time I use Twitch is for fucking free shit in games for Twitch drops, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely feel like YouTube for single player stuff, I definitely think it's probably the better option. And then you have Twitch or Kick and the fucking T-Mobile hotspot or whatever the fuck for like multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use Twitch just in general, and I feel like if I'm gonna be on Twitch, you know how far you gotta like scroll through like some of this shit that like people are playing to find like
it's hard to
a
find
random
people.
dude that has like one viewer. Yes, bro. And I'm not out here trying to I'm not trying to be out here like begging people for like, hey, give me $5. If you if you find my channel, like you find my channel, if you fuck with my shit, like go ahead, support me. I'm not gonna be out here like too mad that you're not fucking watching my shit.
Yeah, and I feel like being broke definitely helps with that humbleness when it comes to content, because I see there's people like Timmy Tenders, Tim the Fat Man, that fucking will jokingly be like, oh, like the Cowboys lost, fucking if you're gonna fucking TTS, it's $50 minimum, that kind of shit. But I've definitely seen the clips where people are like, I've been live for 30 minutes, like literally Wings of Redemption, like, and Dark Side
$5
Phil,
a month.
Dark Side Phil, Wings of Redemption, where they're like no one's donated in the last 30 minutes. If no one donates in the next 5 minutes, I'm just gonna stop streaming. Like, what's the point of me streaming if no one's gonna donate? Which is crazy.
And I feel like if you're not like begging for money and you're being like genuine, that's whenever you're gonna like have like a really strong a streamer viewer relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility, since you're being so genuine, that they're gonna come back more and more. They're gonna start chatting more and more. You're not fucking DSP over here stroking his shit on fucking Twitch live, bro.
I forgot he did that shit.
Hell yeah. That's the only reason why I know, bro. But personally, I feel like streaming is a little bit more rewarding than making videos.
Yeah. Like, I remember
like I'm still putting in effort to make videos. I'm still putting in effort to make shorts.
Yeah.
But having like that live reaction with somebody is just a little bit more rewarding, in my opinion. I feel like that's why I like streaming more.
Yeah, like I know my old channel that I used to have that I've moved away from. I would like never get comments on that channel. Outside of obviously you guys supporting me being like W video, which is obviously really great. I appreciate that. But like my new channel that I've started, kind of in line with when the podcast started, like I've had so many more people coming to the channel to interact, liking and commenting. There's been a guy that his, username Anthony Mack. I don't know if that's actually his name. I don't know if I'm doxing him on the podcast, but like this guy like has repeatedly come back like over and over again and leaving comments, and he left a comment saying, like if you just keep consistent, keep going, you'll be successful. And then when I took a little hiatus because I got stressed out playing Call of Duty, he literally commented and he was like, yo, well, like, where have you been? And he's, been trying to encourage me to, play different games, and add more variety to the channel if I'm getting kind of bored of Call of Duty. And having
W-mans, by the way.
and having like a loyal viewer like that is something that I've never experienced before. And like, that's going back uploading, even though it's inconsistent, going back like 2015 when I first started making videos. But like, again, like that's like not 11.
Oh, yeah,
11 years that it took me to actually get someone that is like a loyal viewer,
Yeah, and it's like having those loyal viewers to hold you accountable. It's they do it out of love. They do it because they enjoy you and your content that you make. So it's like it's really rewarding.
Yeah, because it becomes less like you're streaming for you. You're telling yourself, I want to stream for 3 hours today, and it becomes more of like, oh, you know what? I want to make sure I get a stream out for this person. I want to make sure I get a video out for this person so they have something to watch. And I feel like that's something that I didn't really ever, it's a perspective that I never really had on making content until now when I made videos before. Because when I made videos before, it did kind of just start as me, like, oh, like I have so many like crazy moments on the game with my boys. I want a place to like document it. And I was more making videos for me to go back to and watch and like reminisce kind of shit. But now it is like, I got people that I want to, get, the best quality videos out to, which has, been really awesome. And even with the podcast, like for all the abuse we've taken, for some of our takes,
definitely.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Jay, I know you saw some of that, but like for all the, negativity that we've gotten towards some of our takes, like, still, whether, we had a bad take or not, the fact that people, feel like, responding and, starting some kind of conversation in the comment section, we've had people that have, subscribed and stuck around, from that, who have said, like,
yeah,
really what to me, what it came down to is us being willing to conversate with them in the comment section and be transparent with them. Is a reason that they subscribe.
And that's how it is. Like, yeah, and that's just what it's about. Like when, especially as a content creator, like you're gonna experience, you're not gonna please everybody. You're gonna, especially a podcast where, you're spending, an hour, 2 hours of spitting opinions, and and it's like, people, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and someone's gonna get triggered by something, and it just, it depends on your response. And if you come at them and you're just like, like, oh, I can see where you're coming from, yada yada yada, whatever, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. It's just, agree to disagree, like
apparently not in a certain in a certain fan base.
Yeah, I mean, meeting negativity with negativity has just never been something that I've done in life. I always try to be polite, and I always try to be nice to people.
Right.
And I think that goes a long way, especially in content creation, because there's, I've seen videos, like, because people have said, I mean, you saw the comments too, some people said we were like rage baiting or like just, trying to drive interaction. And I've seen like videos and comment sections where someone is clearly doing that. And I feel like, to me, what a sign of that is like someone, taking the time to leave a comment because they're passionate. Because at the end of the day, all these people are passionate, they're just passionate about the game that they like.
Yeah.
They're leaving that comment, and then the comment they're getting, whether it's from a bot or just the person, having like a preset, is just like, thanks for the comment, thanks for the feedback. And it, like, I think it came off to a lot of people, that we actually care that we had this conversation. You could tell like it's like this wasn't like an AI writing to you. We weren't giving you chat GPT prompts, and I think that personal touch, the thing can kind of get lost sometimes, because truthfully, like with the podcast, I would love to have conversation in the comments and be able to come back next week and touch back on what we were talking about with viewers and give them an update. Like we told people that we'd put some more time into Arc Raiders after we had our L take about it, and we did. We put more time into it. Granted, it took a while, and some people were. I'm a little bit frustrated with that, but like, hey, like I have a full-time job. Dave's, doing what Dave does. So
you don't gotta call me out like that, big dog.
So it's not like we have the time to just be like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna put 12 hours in and we'll put another 8 hours in the next day. I just don't have that type of time. Also, just because I have my own channel where I do stuff as well. Well, maybe some point I'll be able to have all the time in the world to play these games, but unfortunately, we're not there just yet. But hopefully we're on the path.
I definitely think if we pop off soon, that's a big possibility that we'll have all the time in the fucking world to do this.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I'd love to do with this podcast too, and not just because we're small, but even if we get to that point where like we've had a guest Waylon on who every time I bring up Waylon, I try to give him his flowers. Waylon's an awesome guy. I believe he's approaching 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I like to think, well, before I say that, like just in general, I feel that Waylon has helped us out a lot by coming on the podcast, because he is bigger than us. He does bring, some of his viewers over here to give us a chance. So I definitely appreciate him being willing to come on. And, he's told me that he appreciates, us giving him a platform to be able to tell his story. We talked about, with him, how he got started, and he had a chance to kind of get that out there for his viewers to see. And I think even if we were like, Waylon's size, I would still, be interested to talk to the person that has 23 subscribers and has been making videos consistently for 2 years, I just like, having conversation with people in general, but I think everyone's got a story to tell and everyone, lives life their own way. So I definitely think at some point soon I'm going to be popping into some of the like small YouTube Reddits to see if I can't find some small creators that want to come on and sort of talk about, kind of, just what we're talking about today. But, Jay, have you ever been into games like Destiny, or have you ever been into Destiny at all?
Yes, I have gotten into Destiny myself. Destiny is one of those games where it's like
it's an abusive relationship.
I genuinely enjoy it. I do enjoy it. What turns me off is the amount of expansion packs.
Yeah.
Just how much money you gotta put into it to
it's like you gotta spend you gotta spend 10 15 20 bucks on a extension pack just to get some extra missions,
50.
And then
try 50.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so it's like at that point it's like you're buying multiple games. It's like I'm not spending that.
Yeah. I bring up Destiny to say earlier this week, Anthem, the game that was previously seen as the Destiny killer, shut down forever.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
I might be the only person on the planet. I might be the only person on the planet that actually enjoyed Anthem.
I've never played it, and I've never even seen gameplay.
I thought it was really fun for what it was. It definitely wasn't worth the fucking like $60 or whatever it was. But it was definitely fun. I think I put probably like 25 30 hours into it just because.
I know Dave likes to joke with me outside of the podcast that We should just rebrand ourselves to a Call of Duty podcast because of how much I bring it up. But kind of in line with me bringing up Anthem, former Activision CEO Bobby Kotick claimed in some legal filings that Call of Duty 2025 sales were down 60% compared to 2024. And I bring this up to say this, Dave. We're seeing Call of Duty suffer from an increase of competition and increase of, good games in the market. And, obviously the hope would be that going forward, they adapt and they can, flourish again, because I feel like competition just drives, innovation. Do you think Destiny could benefit from some competition? Because obviously they outlived Anthem. Do you think they need more competition to keep them, encourage them to do right by the fan base, keep their players on the game? Or do you literally think the Bungie just doesn't give a fuck at this point? They're just doing whatever the fuck they want.
Bungie doesn't give a fuck at this point, because there's always going to be people like me that pay for the fucking new expansion every time it comes out.
You're just their fucking slut, dude. You're just
I'm literally the CEO of Bungie's pay pig right now, bro. I'm a little pay piggy for Bungie, bro. I will admit it. I hate to. But I am. But it's sad to say that, like, there will always be people to just slap down the fucking $70, $100 for the Ultimate Edition for the expansion.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody out there to put money into them. So I don't, and plus, I don't think there really is a Bungie competitor like out there, or ever is going to be out there. Like I don't think it's really possible to top what Bungie has made Destiny into.
Yeah, because obviously there's been a lot of discussion within the Destiny community about, going over to a game like Warframe. So I guess in that vein, Warframe does provide some competition for them. But the moves that Bungie has made has never really made me feel like they look at Warframe as a direct competitor. Even though they probably should look at it as that. But I mean, like, I think you guys both kind of touched on it a little bit, but I don't get what keeps people going back to Destiny. And I mean, I guess maybe it's the same thing that, keeps me going back to Call of Duty, where like the loop of the gameplay I just like. I like shooting my gun and running around the map.
It's an abusive relationship. It, like, a lot of people do have a love-hate relationship with Destiny. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played a game, and I've played thousands of games, and nothing really gets close to what Destiny is or scratches that itch that Destiny gives.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's exactly how I felt with, or I feel with Call of Duty, and the one game that arguably at times I felt like I probably enjoyed more than Call of Duty X Defiant. I got shut down, which sucks, but I think that's just Ubisoft being fucking stupid. They don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Fucks.
Yeah, and I feel like they just kind of mismanaged the release of that, because I think from the beta of that game, they could have shifted and said, you know what, instead of free to play, we're gonna go to $20. Get that cash, that initial little thing. It's way cheaper than COD. And then maybe people will feel like getting the battle pass because the game is so cheap. But I mean, me personally, I don't know about you guys, because I know Jay, I don't know if you still are, but you were a Fortnite demon for a while. I've never really been a battle pass guy, and I feel like the majority of the time I'd buy the battle pass, and I would never even play it enough to finish the pass. Like, and I would just waste my money basically.
Yeah, I don't think I take that back. I have. I have finished the battle pass before. That was back in Chapter 2, Season 1 though, so
Mhm.
that's whenever I was in my prime of that shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Level 300 not being able to finish out my fucking skin ever again pisses me the fuck off every time I get reminded of it, but
Yeah, which I wanted to bring up to you, Jay. I know before the podcast we were talking about some stuff that we wanted to all record together. Um, I don't know if you feel like going back to Fortnite, but me and Dave have been talking a little bit, and we think we might make a return to it because I don't know if you've heard about the rumors, the leaks. But Fortnite is coming out with its biggest collab yet, and they are going to be launching skins for regular show.
I did hear about that, and I play Fortnite every day, so
Oh my god, I didn't know you still played it that much.
I still play it. I still play it.
Okay, maybe
I
we can
still play
carry
it.
us then.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine for sure.
do build or no build? Genuine question.
I mostly do zero build. If I'm playing by myself, I'll play build here and there, but I mostly play zero build.
Okay.
I can't be asked.
Yeah, when building was 1x1s where you do 2 walls and a ramp and then you start the fight, Fortnite was so fun. But then once it turned into I build my 1x1 and this dude is building the Burj Khalifa over to me with a Golden Gate Bridge extension to get to my roof and then dropping down, editing my roof, and then just one pumping me. I was like, dude, this isn't my game anymore. these motherfucking YNs out here moving different these days on fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because I think whenever they announced a zero build, I think that's what kind of got me into it for like 4 days. And then I tried to get Adrian up on there, and he was like, "I'm not going back to fucking Fortnite." And then
you best believe with these regular show
Fortnite,
skins, I'm gonna be back though.
And then Fortnite OG came out, and he was like, "Yo, we should get on that," and we never did.
Yeah, I know.
I had that bit installed and everything.
Which is the OG map still in?
No idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's, dude. Oh my god, I miss Holly's edges so much.
I was just about to say maybe we should land Holly's, bruh.
Holly's hedges were always trimmed so nice, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Fortnite. I feel like nothing will top Chapter 2 in the first like 3 seasons in Chapter.
Yeah, the beginning of Chapter 2, I think, was some of the most peak Fortnite ever. Granted, like the skins for that era, I didn't really like we're talking like Meowscles, Midas, all that kind of shit. But the game was really fun around that time. We were definitely playing the fuck out of it.
It was actually so fun for us. We got invested into the fucking story of it.
Yeah, we were watching PlayStation grenade videos to see like the updates of like where the gnomes were gonna be and shit.
We were invested in like Chapter 2, Season 1, 2, and 3. Maybe a little bit of 4, but I don't exactly remember 4.
I mean, outside of...
I am mad as fuck that my internet was so bad. I got timed out of that fucking event you and I fucking queued up into. But
I remember that.
My goated video Fortnite device event, but my friend fucking like lagged out or whatever the fuck.
The rages. Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, outside of like fivem and obviously Fortnite, as you said, you play it every day. What other kind of games do you play?
Other than that, I try to play more of like I got into a weird like phase with Valorant.
Wild. I suck at Valorant with a passion. I suck
Yeah,
at it.
it was a very short time for me.
Very short lived.
Oh, yeah, exactly. One game that I have been addicted to play again is Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm.
I
I've seen
started
you
that
on
back
that
up
like
again.
every day since like
Yeah, I've started that back
since
up
it got free.
again, and it's because so they made it free for Epic on Epic, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just buy it, I'll just get it again, because I beat it on my PlayStation, um, and so I wanted to play more of it and like get different because like there's different missions depending on what house you're in, and so I wanted to play the different stories and see what the difference was and stuff like that. So that's been a game that I've been like heavily grinding. I can't lie. It's very unhealthy grind, but it's fun.
Oh yeah, I did the fucking nerd thing, dude. I think I connected Hogwarts Legacy to my Warner Brothers account, so it like
Hell yeah.
shows the
Hell
wand in the
yeah.
house that like I did when I took the test,
Oh yeah.
and like
Oh yeah,
Hell
I've done
yeah.
that too.
yeah, because I'm in Ravenclaw in that game, and don't get me wrong, I fuck with my Ravenclaw brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like we out here,
Yeah.
we wise, we studious, we smart, but the main companion they chose for Ravenclaw, I was just like, I don't know if I can stand this because like I loaded in the game, like, oh, go and meet such and such, and it's just this black chick, and you know, bless her heart, I'm glad that the voice actress got paid, and maybe I'm misremembering this, maybe she was British, but the way I remember it is just her being like,
They're all
I
British. What
am
the
so
fuck?
glad that you are here at Hogwarts. I am going to take you to
Are you talking
Hogsmeade.
about
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about you're talking about Natty.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just-
you're talking about Natty. Yeah.
I remember her with like a Nigerian accent. I don't know if I'm just putting that on her, but I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know if Nigerians talk so slow that I'm like, just get it out, dude. Like, just get it
No,
out.
no,
Like,
no,
I
no.
was like, I was driving myself crazy.
I fucked with
Yeah.
Natty heavy, bro. I don't know why you don't, bro. She the goat.
Bro, Natty's storyline was so interesting.
Mm. Man, I haven't finished Hogwarts Legacy, and I feel like I need to at some point because there's like all the rumors that I've heard about there being a second game, which for everything that Warner Brothers game studio's been going through with them, like, you know, reportedly financially struggling, and they're going through like a lot of cancellations. Why the fuck would they have canceled the DLC for Hogwarts Legacy? That would have made them so much fucking money. When I keep hearing all these things about them struggling financially and considering like shutting different games down and shit, like Hogwarts Legacy needed some good DLC.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, give us like a fucking like Chamber of Secrets shit, bro. Like, give us fucking something, dude. Or actually give us Quidditch.
They should have given us Quidditch, bro.
Yeah.
They should have given us Quidditch. Like, I'm still pissed that I can't play Quidditch, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you mad about Quidditch, bro? They released a whole game for Quidditch,
That
bro.
fuck
They
ass
did.
Quidditch game.
They did, but I heard that game was so dog, bro. I heard that game was so dog.
It's so ass. It's actually
what
fucking
they need
horrendous.
to do, honestly, with an IP like Harry Potter, is make a subscription based MMO and just release expansions with like extra story shit, and like as the story comes out, you can say like you're a third year and the next expansion is they're adding fourth year, and then you graduate to fourth year and it gets people coming back and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's what they need to do, but I don't think they have the capacity to be able to pull something like that off. So I think until then we're just gonna get a bunch of single player games. Which our co-op Harry Potter game would be fire as fuck, dude. I'm trying to fucking kill spiders in the forest with my boys.
Because I feel like doing like the Goblet of Fire event would be fucking heat, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Like imagine that is like a fucking like summertime event where it's like the Goblet of Fire and you all compete against each other, and then you get like one player crowned like the champion or some shit. That'd be fucking awesome. And
Yeah, I
there's
would
so many
love
different things they
for
can
a
do with
team
it
player.
too. Like what if like you could be like
And
obviously there's houses, but what if there was like a clan kind of system like there are in other MMOs, like a team system? And in your clan you could have a Quidditch team, and what if like your friends could compete in like a Quidditch World Cup too? Like event where you can get rewards like different like broom skins and shit.
Yeah.
And what would be cool is that say they did like what fucking Harry Potter did with fucking Sebastian or whatever bro's name was, both of them going through the fucking port key.
Cedric?
And then whoever like yeah. Like if you have like two people trying to touch the cup, you guys gotta fucking duel it out.
I wish two people tried to touch my cup.
Yo.
Yo.
Speaking of touching someone's cup, I know Jeremiah's a football guy. Bro, did you see, I forget what team it was. I think it was like a Carolina Panther. Just absolutely release a fucking haymaker on Jawan Jennings' fucking cock, dude.
Wait, what?
Bro, there was a scuffle and a camera caught a perfect shot of this dude's fist just going straight into this dude's fucking dick.
No way.
And then Jawan Jennings started losing his shit, bro.
You said it was Juwan Jennings?
I'm pretty sure that was the guy, but someone got punched in the fucking dick, dude. That shit looked brutal as fuck. I couldn't imagine taking an uppercut straight to the fucking balls, dude, even through a cup.
Let me find.
Because all that's just getting fucking smashed up in there, bro.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
The playoff game. It was whatever team.
Oh, it was the most recent one?
Yeah, it was whatever. I forget what team Jawan plays for.
He
Those
plays for the
Panthers.
Niners, so they were playing against the Eagles.
Oh, what game was it? What game was it from then?
Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Oh, yeah. Juwan Jennings punches Trayvon after getting hit in the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was against the Panthers. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I thought it was a playoff game.
Look at this.
It was so brutal, dude. And like the fact that they had a perfect cock shot of the punch was fucking crazy to me. Who would like what camera guy is looking at the scuffle recording this dude's fucking dick, dude? Like, yeah, fucking number 7 just comes and punches dude straight in the fucking dick. Dude, I'd be so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, bro. Somebody's getting laid out right there.
for
Somebody's
football.
getting assaulted.
Which I mean, Jay, you saw
might
the
not be
video.
regular assault, but it might be sexual assault. Somebody's getting a little bit of both.
What do you think about that punch, Jay? What's your reaction to it? Do you think he's justified?
Bro just violated him.
Which, bro, there's some fruity ass NFL players, bro. The amount of times I'll see someone like hook someone, like put a finger in their fucking ass, or like literally grab their fucking dick and like pull it, dude. I'm like,
have you heard the compilations of the announcers saying some sus shit?
Yeah, I have seen that.
It's actually crazy. I don't realize how much crazy shit they say. Cause like for me, like I understand it in football terms, you know, but like a regular viewer, they don't. And so they're just here.
He has this great ability to suck in these balls or some shit.
yeah. And it's like when you really think about it, you're like, wow, this is what I'm watching. This is what I divert my life to.
Yeah, which I wanted to ask you, because I know you're not just a football fan, you're a Steelers fan. And we never really talk sports the podcast because me and Dave are hockey fans and hockey is irrelevant. What's your reaction to Mike Tomlin coming to Pittsburgh, winning 0 playoff series and resigning?
So after our very heartbreaking loss on Monday night,
after putting up 6 points.
after the 30-6 ass whooping that we were dealt with. Um, you know, the past, I want to say 3-4 seasons, it's definitely been on the back of my mind where like, oh, I feel like this low key is one of his last seasons,
Yeah, like the writing was kind of
because
on the
he's
wall.
been on the team for 19 seasons.
Yeah,
He's
with
been
zero
he's
playoff
been our
success.
coach for 19 years.
Yeah, which it kind of
And
gives
so
me. It kind of gives me like vibes of hockey a little bit, where like the Toronto Maple Leafs for the longest time like did really good in the regular season. They always made the playoffs, but they never made it out of the first round. And I guess that's kind of what you guys were experiencing
that's
too.
exactly. Yeah, and we have the potential, we have the stars to make it further in the playoffs. It's just we don't have a playoff contending coaching staff.
Yeah.
And like we do really well in the regular season, but postseason during the playoffs, we always get first rounded. Always get first rounded.
Yeah. And I
And
honestly,
it's
with how much success Tomlin had in, doing good in the regular season and making it to the playoffs, I almost feel like he was the worst coach for you guys to have, because when Big Ben retired, I feel like you guys needed to tank and get a quarterback. So hopefully next season you guys do bad, because next year's draft class is going to be way better. So hopefully you guys can get a quarterback, because like I don't think Rodgers stays.
When Big Ben retired, we haven't been able to fill his shoes ever since.
Yeah, like,
and
you
the
guys
thing
had
the
Justin
thing with
Fields, and we're
Pittsburgh,
like, this is the guy.
yeah, and the thing with Pittsburgh is like we brought on veteran quarterbacks, like Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. We bring in these quarterbacks that are way out of their prime, mind you.
Yeah.
And then I had really high hopes for Kenny Pickett. Was he the greatest? No.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
He was a rookie. He was a rookie. And he had time to develop,
Yeah.
And so, but that's the thing, is like we don't give these players a chance to develop. And like Justin Fields, I'm a huge Justin Fields fan.
He's
so
a running back.
It sucks having him leave after one fucking season,
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky didn't belong in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, didn't belong.
Yeah.
But like I had high hopes for Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, like Pittsburgh boy, all of his life, would have loved to see him ball out in Pittsburgh, but I think he plays for the Eagles now. So I mean, he's on a better team now. But
yeah, as I said, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, bro has a fucking ring. So I mean, crazy shit. Like, isn't that the fucking crazy shit?
that had to be
just think about Tom Brady's backup, bro. Think about Jimmy G, dude. Like, that dude was behind Tom Brady for years, and that motherfucker did not work for a damn ring he has.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been getting into football more this year, mainly because all the guys that I work with are into football, and I low-key feel like I've been kind of becoming a little bit of a Browns fan, just because I've been kind of invested in Shador's like whole like story. And I'd be curious what the Browns are gonna do, because they're saying they're gonna give Deshaun Watson a chance to be the starter. So with how the Steelers have operated, honestly, if he impresses, but maybe Shador also looks good, I could see the Steelers making a trade for a guy like Deshaun, just because they like getting these kind of like older, maybe haven't had success, but have had success in the past, kind of quarterbacks. Not that I think Deshaun Watson would be good for the Steelers, but I feel like if the team was going to get him, I feel like the Steelers probably would be the team.
Yeah.
But fucking, yeah, this year ain't the year to get a quarterback. There's like fucking two
Oh,
QBs, maybe three.
with all the coaching like firings that have happened this postseason, dude, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like John Harbaugh is no longer the Ravens head coach. Mike Tomlin's no longer the head coach for Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure even hasn't the Browns head coach gotten fired too?
Yeah, they fired Kevin
Um,
Stefanski.
the Giants head coach, the Giants head coach got fired earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins got fired, so
Which
it's like
I'm
so
no
many of these.
I'm no football expert, but I would see these interviews with Mike McDaniel talking, and I was like, this dude doesn't look like he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, so actually it's funny you mentioned that because I was talking to my professor today, and because we had some free time before class, so we were just yapping about football. Um and he was telling me he was like, I could see Mike McDaniel better as a coordinator than a coach, which I
Mm,
agree. I don't think he's head coach material, but he would make a damn good like offensive coordinator.
yeah. I definitely get that vibe from him too. And I mean, it seems like the Dolphins are going to release Tua, which I mean, respectful to Tua, I think Tua needs to retire because bro's losing years of
I was
his
gonna
life
say
of playing
his
football.
health, but like dude has had so many concussions. Like,
Yeah, and like really
man,
bad concussions too. Like we're not talking like fell, hit his
no,
head
we're
on like
not
the
talking about
fucking
light. Like you could see his fingers like in different places where it's not normal.
yeah,
You
like
have
he's
we
had
have
life
quite
changing,
literally
life altering
seen.
concussions.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And and with Tyreek with his injury that happened earlier in the season, um, he's he's not gonna recover 100%.
Yeah,
If you have once you have an injury like that, you don't go back 100%.
yeah, no. I mean, it's the same with I think what Deshaun Watson's been going through with like knee and Achilles injuries. Like it's really hard to come back from that because
Yeah,
those injuries you don't come back at 100%. You come back more prone to injure that again. Like if you injure one knee, you're probably going to injure the
yeah,
other or the same knee. Um, which for I mean, I've seen so many injuries, and I know it's kind of been the talk
yeah.
of the league, but like there's got to be something going on with this turf, dude. Because ever since all these turf fields started getting put in, like I'm seeing people fucking up their ankles, their knees, their fucking Achilles so much more often than I feel like I
I
remember
have
like back in the day.
I've been saying this since I played football in high school because we played on turf. Turf is so stupid. I get where they're trying to save money, you know. But like turf is so dangerous. Like landing on natural grass is so much better for you than landing on fucking turf. Because underneath, what's underneath turf? It's straight up concrete under that bitch. And that's what you're being slammed on the ground with. And so it's like it's so bad. And I've never been a fan of turf. Sure, it looks nicer, you don't have you don't have grass chunks all over the place, you don't have discoloring, and all that. But when you're looking out for your players' health, like why do we care more about how the football field looks rather than how our players develop and
Yeah.
perform? Turf is so dangerous. I don't even know why it's a thing. Well, I know why it's a thing, but it's like it, it it's it's unfortunate because we're trying to save money, because when you think about it, with grass, we constantly have to grow the grass every year. We have to take care of it. We have to pay someone to mow it all the time. We have to pay someone to come in and color it in all the time. And
Yeah.
and that adds up, so why not get rid of all that by just having artificial grass? That way it's the same color all year round. It's the same length all year round, but it's at a greater cost of players' health, so
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate, and I mean, fucking the Bears are fucking looking insane this year. I think I like them to win the Super Bowl this year, but I think a championship team needs to be able to just beat a team by like 10, 15, 20 points, and the Bears haven't really shown that they can do that. They've relied a lot on making comebacks, and I think to win a championship, you can't just be the comeback kids. I just don't think it's
Yeah,
super realistic for them.
I have yeah, I have the Bears making it to the Super Bowl. They just really need to, like you said, they can't be they can't make it to the Super Bowl based off of comebacks.
Yeah.
Like you have to perform the entire time.
Now, I feel like I can hear the listeners falling asleep listening to us talking about sports. So I want to ask you, Jay, because I don't think I've talked to you about this guy. Have you, like me and Dave, become infatuated with the burnt peanut?
Oh, bro, I watch Burnt Peanut every day.
Hell yeah,
every
dude.
day.
Hell fucking yeah. Yeah, because I was
Right.
I was flipping through my tabs here, and I saw he was live on Twitch. This dude has let me confirm live. He has 66.8 thousand people watching him on Twitch, and on YouTube he has 88,000 people watching. So that's 140 plus
dude.
thousand fucking viewers, dude.
Have you?
I could never.
I don't know. I don't know how deep you're into like the streaming like world and all that, but I watched Cutie Cinderella's streamer awards, and he won
FPS streamer of the year and VTuber of the year.
Yeah. And oh my god, the controversy that had. Oh my lord.
Yeah. A lot of VTubers were very upset.
Not even just like the VTubers, but like the VTubing like community in general was just mad, bro. Because I've never seen a more toxic community than I have with the fucking VTubing community, bro. Like that shit's fucking bad.
Oh yeah. Because at that point, it's like, okay, well, what if Burnt Peanut's not a VTuber, then what makes him not a VTuber? What is a VTuber? And if you define VTuber, it's a virtual YouTuber. That's what a VTuber is. That is exactly Burnt Peanut. That is quite literally what Burnt Peanut is. And just because he blew up out of the woodworks when Arc Raiders came out, just because he didn't spend $10,000 on a goth girl with big tits,
I mean, he kind of blew up before Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna stand by.
I personally didn't hear about him until Arc Raiders, but I do know he blew up during Tarkov, which I'm not a Tarkov person. I never played Tarkov. Arc Raiders has been my first extraction game.
Which I mean, that's what Arc Raiders is. It's baby's first extraction shooter,
Yeah.
I'll always stand by Peanut blowing up on Tarkov, because even before Arc Raiders came out, like, because me and Dave are more tapped in with Tarkov, like the Tarkov streaming community, all the streamers were so boring. You're talking like, like, I'm sure you're familiar. I mean, you obviously you come from GTA roleplay. You're used to people, cracking jokes and having fun. You're talking about dudes that they're in a dark room. They got their gun wall in the background, and they're like, "All right, guys, welcome to the stream. We're gonna get some raids in. Let's start out. Let's do a little Zero to Hero. We're gonna go to labs. Like super like silent, like not interacting with people. Like maybe like they kill like a team of 3 and they're like." Fucking
just like
noobs.
Super monotone and just like zero personality.
And Dave doesn't like this one guy because of his play style, but I kind of liked watching Stankrat, who like makes content just ratting. But he had the most personality of all these creators. But then, bro, Peanut came on the scene, and he literally changed everything with Tarkov. Like the streamers I used to think were boring started cracking more jokes. They started showing more of their personality, and this dude was like blowing up because he was kind of tapping into a meta, because I've seen him talk about it. I think it was on the podcast he did with Hitch, who's an optic guy. And he said, like, with his hours that he was streaming, he would fall into the algorithm late at night where if someone fell asleep with YouTube on, it would put his stream on, because it was like, you know, he was like one of the only people live during the nighttime, so it would just get recommended.
Yeah.
And that's literally how I found him, because like I think it was like a week where like 5 days that week I fell asleep with YouTube on and his shit was on, and I kept literally getting woken up by him going like,
yeah,
let's ride. Like his fucking slowed like fucking Yeet intro would start playing.
Accelerate, boys, accelerate.
Yeah, literally.
Because I was telling Adrian that like there's been so many nights where I was just out here and just fucking waking up to fucking Peanut, bro.
Yeah. And like even from when I started watching him then to, you know, when, you know, maybe like where Arc Raiders was on the horizon and it was kind of becoming clear that he would be shifting more into Arc Raiders, he had blown up so much just off of Tarkov. And this, like, to me, it's like a queso moment where I'm like, I feel like we made the right guy famous. Like, when I see streamers like, and I know you said you were watching Cutie Cinderella's Streamer Awards, when I see people like her, when I see people like, I don't know if this is going to be crazy, Hassan, I'm like, those are the people that I'm like, I don't know about this person.
No, that's a very valid, like, I personally don't watch those people. I don't even follow Cutie. I literally only watched her because of the Streamer Award.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, you know, it's like a lot of the streamers, like, yeah, I do enjoy making the right people famous, and people like Queso and Peanut and you know, people like that. It's like you could tell that the success they're making means a lot to them, you know.
Yeah. And I feel like Queso and Peanut
so
get it.
It's nice to see. Yeah, because like Queso never brags about the stuff that he has, you know.
Yeah.
Never brags about the stuff that he has. You know, he still plays with the same PC, the same camera that he has for 3 years, you know, 2-3 years now, and you know, and it's nice to see humble people famous, because they always return that humbleness back, and they don't throw it in people's faces.
And I mean, like, even despite Peanut blowing up as much as he has, obviously, like, he spends a lot of his time now streaming with some of the big guys just because of how big he is.
Yeah,
but I like, he still shows love to the guys that he was playing Tarkov with when I started watching him. I saw, because obviously those guys are Fraggus and Officer. And I saw on Instagram a couple days ago that he bought Officer his dream bike, which was I know the bike because I watched the moto vloggers, but it was a BMW bike. I forget the exact model of it. And, you know, he's showing love to those guys. You know, he came up with those guys, and even though he may not, you know, be streaming with them 24/7, because he's kind of in a realm where, you know, he kind of has to stream with big guys, especially for like sponsor streams, because they're probably
like he's streaming with Cloaksy and Nick. Like, I mean, he's currently streaming with Cloaksy and Nick Merckx right now, you know. So it's like,
yeah. But my big thing where I bring up QD and I bring up Hassan, and even honestly, I'll put Valkyrie into this, just I've seen a couple clips of her. When I say Peanut and Queso get it, and for me, it's a little bit different because of the field that I work in. So I'm even more so into this category. But like, when I turn on a stream, when I turn on a video, all I want is to escape my life, escape the world that I'm in, forget about all the drama, the controversy going on, like not just in the country, but around the world. And when I can just tune into someone who's just joking, having a good time, nothing political is getting brought up, it is an escape where you can decompress, you can let your guard down and know that. yeah, you don't feel like you got to be on edge because you're waiting for like I've watched videos where someone all of a sudden starts talking about politics. I'm like, okay, here we fucking go, dude. I got like I'm just gonna click off the video.
Yeah.
And like
Right.
for the longest time, I knew Valkyrie as like, you know, Among Us, like quirky, you know, like one of those like high pitched voice girls that like reacts to stuff and all that kind of shit. But I've even seen, and I know that I've heard that like allegedly she is like like behind the scenes dating Hassan and all that shit. I don't read too much into it because I just don't fucking care. But I've seen her talk about like, oh, people are like talking about like this drama on Twitch, but like no one's talking about the genocide going on in Gaza, and I'm like, dude, I am not coming here for that shit. Like, respect the people who, you know, watch people like Hassan, watch people like QD, you know, anyone who is involved in like not just politics but drama and has shit going on like relatively, you know, pretty consistently, not all the time. Like, if that's who you watch, I respect it. But me personally, I need to escape that shit. Not to say that the stuff that they talk about isn't important, because that's not what I'm saying. I hear about it so much in my regular day-to-day life. I talk about it so much in my regular day-to-day life that I
you
just
don't want
need
to come home and have to hear it about it all over again.
Exactly. Like fucking bro, if Dave went back to his old job and he was sucking and fucking behind Walmart for $14.50, he wouldn't want to come home and like play a dating sim. He wouldn't want to do it, bro. He's like, oh, dude, I'm you know doing all this shit 24/7. When I come home, I just want to watch someone play some video games, dude. I don't want to see someone in the GTA 5 strip club, dude. You know. But you know, they definitely get it because I regrettably I haven't watched as much queso as I probably should because you know I've seen some clips. I know I'd fuck with this shit, but like Peanut himself has directly addressed it where he's like, it was the day after Charlie Kirk was killed. He opened up his stream and he said, "All right, boys, I've obviously seen what happened. It's terrible. Like it was a bad thing that happened. This isn't the place where we're going to talk about it. We are here to have fun and have a good time. I just want you guys to know that I'm aware of it. Don't feel like you need to tell me about it or talk about it in the chat. Let's like, you know, be here, play some games and have a good time."
Right.
And that's, you know, that's literally all I look for in my content, dude. And that's like, that's why
like
I don't like bringing up political shit on the podcast.
Yeah. And at that point, it's like, you acknowledge that this happened. You acknowledge that, you know, it's not a good thing that it happened, you know.
Yeah.
But this isn't a place where, you know, this isn't a political setting, you know. Like, yes, acknowledge that it happened because, you know, it did happen, you know. So acknowledge it happened. You know, be respectful and just, you know, like if I'm watching Peanut, for example, if I'm watching Peanut, I'm there to watch Peanut. I'm not there to listen to other stuff, you know. I watch different streamers for different reasons. If I want to watch specific content, I know who to watch for it, you know. And so it's like bringing up stuff like politics and stuff like that. It's just it's not like, I acknowledge it's here, it's we live it, but when I'm just trying to relax and chill for the day after a long day at school, that's the last thing I want to hear about, you know.
Yeah. Which, you know, like I said, that's why you know I never try to bring that stuff up on the podcast really. But I feel like, you know, we've covered a lot of stuff, but one thing that I think has escaped us, which we do have some Reddit we're gonna read. So before we get into that, one thing that has escaped us, you know, I've referred to it a couple times that, you know, we've talked about stuff outside the podcast. You know, we've played games before. People might be like, I wonder, you know, how did these guys meet? How did these guys, you know, come to know each other? And I'll if you'd like, I'd like to give you the opportunity to explain kind of how everything got started.
Oh man, like how Like how I met the two of you?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I've well, like for you, for example, like I met you in middle school,
Mhm.
and we had the same friend group,
Yeah.
and because if I remember correctly, we never had like any classes together or anything, but
Yeah. No.
because of how our middle school was lined up, all of the sixth graders had the same lunch, all the seventh graders had the same lunch, and so with all of my friends being in my grade, um, we just all sat together,
Mhm.
and I know you were one of the people that sat, at the table or whatever, and um I don't really remember us having any classes together really in middle school, honestly.
Yeah. I don't think we
Um,
did. If we did, it might have been like I was gonna say gym, but honestly, I literally don't think we had any classes together because I know I had classes with our mutual friend that wore the Mario and Luigi shoes to school.
yeah.
um
Yeah.
Them bitches sound fire, bro. I need to try them.
with the Pokemon like fucking seatbelt belt.
Oh
Um
yeah. Oh, my type of style, bro. Fuck yeah.
I had a lot of classes with him. Actually, no, that's where I did meet you, actually, because I because we all lived in the same neighborhood.
yeah.
And so yeah, that's right, because we all lived in the same neighborhood. So that's how that came about. Um and then um yeah, it's so crazy, like realizing how long I've actually known you. Like
Yeah.
it's actually insane.
Because when were we in middle school? Like, is that like 2013, 2014?
Middle school, let's
Probably
see.
like
Um that would be
09 or something like that.
'09. Yeah, '09. No.
No,
No.
No,
because
no,
we'd be
no, no.
7 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely not '09. Holy fuck. Yeah, definitely not. It'd be 2013, I think.
2013. So,
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 2013.
okay, so if we
Because we started
said,
because we started high school in 2017.
oh yeah, 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 okay, so yeah, we've known each other for what, 13 years?
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy to put it in perspective? We've been friends longer, or we've been friends for the majority of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's so fucking wild to think about. Um and like I've been friend like there's still not a lot, but there's a couple friends that I've known since even before then, since elementary,
Yeah.
that I'm still friends with. And so like those people, like especially one person in particular, we've been friends literally since kindergarten.
Mm.
So we have been friends for like what? I was 6 in kindergarten. So like that's such a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, which I feel lucky to still have a friend like you, just in that, for me, my friends from elementary school, those are the kinds of friends that,
Mhm.
we were close, but then we went to, different schools for middle school and we kind of got disconnected. And even though for some of them we went to the same
Yeah.
high school, that was enough time for us to kind of go our separate ways a little bit where we were still friendly with each other. We still, kept some kind of, communication. But not like the day to day talking, going out, hanging out, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So you're definitely one of my older friends from middle school. Because fortunately enough, obviously we went to the same high school as well. That way we were able
Yeah.
to stay connected. But
Mhm. That's the hardest part about being a younger kid in grade school is when you have to switch schools and not
yeah,
all of your friends can go to the same school as you.
hmm well, which Dave,
That
you kind
is
of
the
bounced around
hardest
schools a lot,
part.
right?
And honestly,
I did.
what for me?
I was asking Dave, didn't you bounce around to schools a lot?
Uh from kindergarten until freshman year, I went to the same school, and then I moved up here my sophomore year, and then my junior year I came here to our current, not current, but the one we graduated from.
Okay.
You graduated from.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want to call you that.
Yeah, and for me, it was kind of like the opposite. Like, I stayed. I got fortunate enough to stay at the same schools, but I bounced around different living, different apartments, different houses, but always stayed in the same school. So I got very fortunate with that. Because I went to I was forced to go to 2 different elementary schools just because my first elementary school got turned into a preschool. So we had to relocate. But other than that, I went to 1 middle school, I went to 1 high school.
Yeah. Which I know I am pretty fortunate that at least for elementary and honestly I'd say middle and my first 2 years of high school that I stayed relatively at the same schools. I was homeschooled for a little bit, which took me out of the public school system.
Okay.
But I think for elementary, well, for the times that I listed elementary, middle, and the first 2 years of high school, I think I still wasn't social enough where I would have been fine if I switched schools. I think I would have had some issues and struggled to find new groups. But junior year and senior year, I think if I had to move, I would have been fine. I definitely developed more social skills by then, but I feel like my shit would have gotten fucked up if I had to move schools, to be honest.
Oh, bro. I honestly, I know we both had different high school experiences with me being in football and everything. I could not have imagined being in a different high school. My high school experience, I loved my high school experience, and I feel like I got very lucky with the school that I was in, that we were all in,
Yeah, same. I mean, one of the biggest things that we gained from high school was meeting one of the motherfucking day ones.
Oh, bro. I met, let's see. What year did we meet? Oh, we met my sophomore year. That's right. We had the same environmental science teacher.
Oh, yes, dude. Dude,
fucking entertaining.
I never had that teacher, but the legends I have heard about that class from people. If I had one thing that I could get, if I could go back and do differently in high school, it would be trying to get that teacher, dude, because the stories I've heard are fucking insane.
Oh, goated, honestly, goated teacher. Seriously.
Dave, that's the teacher that you said you were gonna fuck their daughter, right?
Yep. Because I remember he actually.
I did hit her up too. I did message her.
Oh yeah, he did. That is very true. Didn't you show proof too? At least
yes.
You showed
yes. I even showed her.
Dude, this dude was such a fucking savage in that class, bro. Didn't she say that if you passed her final, she would let you go on a date with her daughter?
Yeah.
Did you pass?
Oh God, bro.
I don't fucking remember. Probably not. I think that was the year that I dropped out.
Yeah, it was.
So I did not pass her final. I did not get a date with the daughter.
Well, this motherfucker, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you walked out during the final.
I probably fucking did. I don't remember.
I don't remember either because of how long it's been. Bro sat down, looked at
the test, and was like, "Fuck this shit."
He either did one of two things. He either walked out or he fell asleep.
I probably fell asleep. because I slept a lot in that class. Because she was even like, bro, how do you know all this whenever you're just asleep all the time? I'm like, I don't fucking know, bro. Fucking.
Bro's out here
It is
retaining
what it is.
information, falling asleep to documentaries and shit.
Yeah, because she was like, how do you fucking know all this shit? Like all you do in class is sleep. And I'm over here like, I don't know. But yeah, if I could go back, I would try to sleep with the daughter again. Her daughter was a bad bitch.
Bro, if her daughter would have visited the school, oh, it would have been GDs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which we kind of summarized the origin story there. Maybe, you know, scheduling wise, whatever works out with all our schedules, that we can have you on. Again, we can all tell some more stories from high school. I know me and Dave have told a couple on the podcast, but before,
Oh, bro, I have so many stories.
before we call it an episode, because, you know, I don't want to keep you forever, because I know we kind of started later than we had talked about. I want to get into a Reddit story. We have a new addition to the Reddit. This story is brought to us by my sister, who recommended this one to me. This is a story with two updates. This new subreddit we are reading from is Today I Fucked Up. Today, I fucked up by admitting to my girlfriend that I pretend she is a giant cockroach whenever we have sex.
The fuck?
Oh, okay.
This is from a user named I Love Roach. Ever since I was a teenager, I have had very intense fantasies about having sex with a giant roach. It started in It started in 9th or 10th grade when we read The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. As I started to think more and more about the roach creature that the character had become, I started to imagine what it would be like if a woman turned into the roach instead. I found this idea very arousing. I would not be repulsed or frightened of her as the characters in the story are. I would take care of her. Then my thoughts started to get sexual with the character. Eventually, I sort of dropped the bit about her having been a human woman first. I kind of imagined this fictionalized roach species. They are giant roaches the size of a person and have complete intelligence. I kind of over time conjured up an imaginary friend of sorts. She was one of these roaches, and her name was Ogtha. I would often fantasize about her. Whenever I masturbated, I'd be imagining elaborate scenarios of me and Ogtha making love. When I started to have actual sex, I found I could not perform if I wasn't thinking of Ogtha. So basically now, anytime I have sex with a woman, I am pretending that she is actually Ogtha. Not just think about Ogtha, I concentrate intently to visualize that I am actually doing Ogtha. I don't want to think about the girl at all. There is only Ogtha. Of course, this sex can never be as exciting as my fully imaginary sessions with Ogtha. There are things that her multiple appendages and antennae allow for that a human woman can never match. So anyways, I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend for about a year. 3 or 4 times I have tried to have sex with her and not pretend she is Ogtha, but I just can't do it. So essentially, every time we have sex, I'm imagining she is Ogtha. I finally confided this to her the other day, and I was blown away by her reaction. I thought she might take it a bit badly at first, but... oh my god. I thought she might take it a bit badly at first, but that she'd get used to it. No. I have never seen such a look of disgust before. Outraged is not an understatement. She is not even returning my text now. I am afraid she is actually going to break up with me, and also that she is going to tell people about Ogtha. I don't know how I will face anyone. This is going to sound silly, but I also feel guilty about feeling shame, as if Ogtha will be saddened by this, even though I know she is imaginary. I just don't know what to do at this point.
Okay.
What are you guys'
I got
reactions?
one advice for this.
Probably
I have
just
one advice for this person.
maybe just like end
Therapy.
it all.
Therapy.
Therapy? Where
I don't know, bro.
So he told his girlfriend, and she's not responding to his text. There are 2 updates, like I said. Where do you guys think the story is going from here?
He's getting 0 play after this.
Oh yeah. There's no way that she's coming back, and because first off, if you told me, if someone told me that they thought of me as a roach while having sex, don't know how I would take that, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably never fucked a bitch again, you know, that's just me personally.
Let me ask you guys this. Have you ever fantasized about a woman being a different creature before?
No.
No.
Dave, you mean to tell me you never Rule 34 at some of the different species in Skyrim?
No. I'm sorry, but that's egregious. But to be honest, a Khajiit is a little bit different.
Oh, it's different. It's different.
Or an
Oh,
Argonian
God.
is a little bit different than a fucking roach. I'm sorry, it's different, but no, I have not. That's weird. Dude's weird.
So
Yeah, that's weird.
this is our
Bro's
first
getting
update.
0 play after this shit.
This is our first update. This is slightly longer than the original post. We're going to start out with some backstory. Hello. 5 years ago, I submitted the story of me telling my then girlfriend that when we made love, I was envisioning her as a giant roach. The gist of the backstory is that ever since I was a teenager, I have fantasized in my head of making love to a giant roach, a roach the size of a person. Eventually, I concocted an entire backstory and personality for this, quote, imaginary roach who I named Ogtha. Whenever I would engage in a private, pleasurable deeds, if you know what I mean, I would imagine in my head vivid and elaborate scenarios with Ogtha. It got to be I could not perform with an actual partner unless I pretended they were Ogtha. You might think of the scene in Blade Runner 2049, which is my original Today I Fucked Up, which my original Today I Fucked Up predates, by the way, where the main character makes love to a prostitute, but his hologram girlfriend kind of oh, okay. So, but his hologram girlfriend kind of holograms over the actual person, so he can pretend he's making love to his hologram of his girlfriend, but it's actually someone else. That is what it was like with me and Ogtha, but instead of a hologram, it was just my imagination. In the 5 years that have passed since this topic was posted, I decided to stop fooling myself, and I just committed to the love of Ogtha. I know she is not real per se, but in my head, she is an actual personality, and I am in love with that personality. I don't care if she is a roach or if she is imaginary. The love is real. Call me deluded, but it's harmless. It makes me happy. I have not had a real girlfriend again since that incident 5 years ago, but occasionally I have had but occasionally I have had one-night stands via online apps with the understanding of it being a one-night stand in advance. And on these times, I always envisioned the woman is Ogtha, my sensual roach queen. Now, I mean no offense to the women, of course, and even a gentleman once or twice. The many appendages of Ogtha make translation to human gender almost irrelevant. I just envision they are Ogtha. And no, haha, I have never confided to them about it. I learned my lesson. The thing about it, though, is that I became so in love with my Ogtha that I married her. I even did a little ceremony in my living room. I recited my vows, and she recited hers. I even went on a honeymoon, which technically you could say was a solo vacation to New Orleans for a week. But in my mind, Ogtha was with me the entire time. In my mind, I think of her as my wife. I just gotta pause. The idea of this dude going on a vacation for a week and to masturbate in a hotel room thinking about a roach is fucking crazy.
Is that the dude that was gooning on fucking LSD, bro?
He might be friends with that guy.
They were probably doing it together.
Now here's where I fucked up. I got so used to thinking of her as my wife in my head that a few months ago at work, I nonchalantly said my wife in some innocuous sentence. I think it was something like, oh yeah, me and my wife love that show, in regards to Chopped. So now everyone was asking me about my wife because they had never heard I was married or even dating anyone. Everyone kept pestering me, wanting to know about her, wanting to see pictures. I became full of panic.
Show a picture of a cockroach, bro.
Just a fucking contribute of a cockroach. I became full of panic. I did the one thing I swore I would never do again. I talked to other people about Ogtha in real life. We were at a team lunch, and I just let it all spill out. I told them how I became enamored as a teenager with the Franz Kafka story about how my fantasy evolved into an imaginary entity with a personality, and how I slowly began to grow in love with her. What started as a mere sexual attraction to giant roaches blossomed into a whirlwind romance, and that she became the love of my life, even though her existence was in my own mind. At first, they thought I was doing At first, they thought I was doing a creepy joke, but I convinced them I was telling the truth. Well, they were afraid and disgusted. I have been a pariah at work ever since. Everybody steers clear of me. We used to have a good social life. Now people only speak to me for work-related reasons. Even working virtually now, nobody sends me a Slack message unless it is about work. I never heard a rumor that people went to HR, but they were, of course, told nothing could be done. I have lost my good work friends because of this, and it is indeed jeopardizing my career because I think because my bosses think I am insane. I have ruined my friendships and future career prospects due to my honesty. The honesty was the problem here. I am
getting some new keys.
Yeah, sometimes we should be honest.
I am thinking of starting to look for a new job, although it is difficult in the current environment. I can start fresh elsewhere, though. No matter what, I will still be staying with my wife, Ogtha. For me, it is Ogtha forever. If you must know, I do hope that even if I am an old man, that one day the technology is invented to extract the Ogtha personality from my mind and implant it into a real external body, either of a genetically engineered or mechanical nature. And me and Ogtha can then experience genuine physical connection. But if she must remain within me, that is fine. Her love keeps me warm on the coldest nights. Thank you. TLDR, I foolishly told my coworkers that my wife is an imaginary cockroach, and now they don't like me anymore, and my career is in shambles.
Yeah, TLDR. If you try to get a new job, I pray that that new job doesn't call your old job as a reference, because you are cooked, my boy.
Like,
Yeah.
that dude's gotta like fucking move like out of country or something, bro.
Oh yeah, you can't, like, you have to move. Like, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, there's certain things you gotta hold close to the chest. Like, I feel like because of some Instagram reels, this expression's been getting used a lot. Bro, Batman couldn't beat this shit out of me.
No.
You are not getting this information
No.
out of me, bro.
I will die before I fucking tell anybody I'm fantasizing about a fucking make-believe fucking cockroach. I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
good, bro.
that's something you got to take to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you just gotta be like, maybe it's about time I just fucking end it all.
You know, honestly, or better yet, just stop thinking about it, you know? Just like, look, in no world is this motherfucker gonna love a cockroach, all right? So it, like,
Yeah, bro, like I'm sorry that fucking you're
sorry
not
you were
gonna
made
live-
as a human. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that in this lifetime you are a human.
I'm sorry that your Blade Runner experience isn't gonna fucking work out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where do we think this is going from here? Do you think they're finally going to learn their lesson and keep this to themselves, or do you think they're going to keep sharing it to people that don't want to?
Oh, he's telling somebody else, and he's gonna have to find a new job.
Yeah, I think he's gonna tell someone. I think he's gonna tell someone again.
Maybe he gets a new partner and he tells her too, bro.
Or maybe
God.
he's doing the deed with them and he slips the name.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be tea.
Imagine the argument of her being like, "Who was that? Who's Ogtha? Who's this?" And then while you guys are like both naked in bed, he has to be like, "It's this.
It's
I'm in love with a cockroach in my mind, and I
life.
pretend that you're the cockroach." Okay.
Dude, that is so fucked.
A few of you may recall some years ago, I posted about my lovely Ogtha. You can find my post.
How long is this?
You can find in my post history. This is the last update, by the way. I forgot to mention. My new story requires an explanation of Ogtha. For those who don't know, I will try to be brief. Basically, many years ago, as a teenager, I became fascinated with the Kafka story, The Metamorphosis, and I became to fantasize about a character like that, but a woman, essentially a giant cockroach. I found this very erotic. As time went on, the character became a member of a, quote, fictional roach species. Basically, giant, intelligent roaches, and this one specifically was Ogtha. For several years, Ogtha was just an imaginary figure to me, but as time went on, she became a fully sentient being that I fell in love with. Ogtha, to me, is a real creature. She simply lacks a physical body in our world, and her consciousness resides in my mind alongside my own. The users of r/tulpas helped me realize there is nothing delusional about this, and that indeed it is very possible for such entities to come into being. I do hope that one day the technology will.
Who is going along with this dude, bro? Tell him it's not fucking normal.
I do hope that one day the technology will exist to extract Ogtha from my mind and install her into an artificial body, but we are satisfied with our current relationship. I love Ogtha, and she loves me. Some time ago, I married her, Now, from a strictly legal sense, I am not married per se, but for me and Ogtha, we consider our relationship to be a marriage. I am devoted to her and her to me. I revealed this to my coworkers and it did not go well. But I thought my parents had a right to know.
Oh my god. Not especially the parents, bro. Like the parents can never know.
You don't need to bring in the parents, bro.
Last evening, I revealed to them everything about Ogtha. I told them we were married. I even allowed Ogtha to speak through me to them so that she could finally meet my parents after only seeing them from afar. I knew my parents would find it unusual at first, but I thought they would come to understand and be happy for me. However, I fear they think me deranged. My mother actually cried, not tears of happiness as I expected. They even encouraged me to seek counseling. I explained to them that what I am experiencing is real and encouraged them to read through the Tulpa Reddit. It has created a very bad situation for me, and now I feel my relationship with my parents is quite ruined. They keep insisting I seek counseling and are threatening if I don't, they will no longer assist with my student loans and will not be welcome at Thanksgiving. I feel they are overreacting, but at the same time, I wish I had just kept my marriage a secret. You only had 2 times to learn this lesson about keeping it a secret, and now you're regretting it.
3.
I do consider it now to be a fuck up to have been truthful with my parents. There are in some ways traditionalists, and are simply not ready to understand how entities can exist without physical form and share a mind. It breaks my heart, but I wish I had been deceitful with my family. For the record, I will never divorce Ogtha, and our love, I know, can survive anything. But I wish I had never been truthful with my parents. That is the end of this Ogtha journey.
So what made him think that they were gonna accept him?
I got a question, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he has a fleshlight modeled of Cockroach?
Oh
my god, dude.
Do you think he has a fleshlight modeled after a roach pud, bro?
I hope this dude doesn't have like a terrarium of fucking roaches that he's ejaculating into.
Oh, he's got to. He's got to.
He's just in a lab trying to make like a Mothman.
Bro's making a Frankenstein style monster.
Bro's using gamma radiation on the roaches. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
That dude's fucking deranged. He needs help.
Yeah, there's
like a lot.
There's a place for people like that, you know, and that's called a mental institution.
Don't get me wrong, everybody into a little bit of interspecies erotica every now and then, especially this dude.
Yeah. Which obviously
you need help. Look, if you want to be if you want to be into some weird shit, cool, whatever, that's you, right? But like that is a whole new like
that's a new
once we start talking about fantasizing like insects, that's where we have
which even like I'll say this, I won't even say that you can't fantasize about insects, but just in general, if you're into some freaky shit, don't just go telling people about the freaky shit you're into thinking that they're gonna understand.
Yeah.
No, first off, stuff like that should 100% be private.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, that's something you take
Like,
to the fucking grave.
I
Yeah.
really want to know what went, like, why, what would make him think that they would, especially his coworkers, for example, because his coworkers, honestly, I don't even tell my coworkers anything about my personal life, let alone tell them about my fucking fantasies, dog. Like,
Yeah.
that's just something you don't talk to your coworkers about. I'm sorry, that's just not. It's
That
not
would be
normal.
like Jeremiah coming over to my crib and he was like, dude, why is there a poster of Judy Hopps on your wall? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's this whole thing. I have this fake ass that I stitched fur to, and I fuck it while I look at the poster and I imagine it's Judy Hopps. Like, I'm sure Jeremiah would be thinking, I didn't even fucking know that. You could have just said you liked the movie. Like, it might have been a little weird that you have a Judy Hopps poster, but
You know what? Just for that reason, I'm gonna go buy a Judy Hopps poster tonight.
I think I'm gonna watch. I think I'm actually gonna watch the new Zootopia now.
I've inspired you.
Just
Which, for context, the original post of him admitting this to his girlfriend comes from 2014, and these updates come from May 2020 and September 2020.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
that originated 12 years ago.
Because on his first update, he said 5 years ago, and I'm like, damn, how old is this fucking shit?
Right, because the first update it said a few years, and then the second one a few years. So I was like, okay, this has got to be over like 10 years now.
Yeah. This person's
And
probably
that's
like in
not
their
something you
late
kind
30s.
of forget about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's not something
if they were a teenager,
you really fucking forget about.
Because they probably weren't a teenager. They definitely were not a teenager when they made that Reddit in the first place.
Yeah, because they said that they got into it when they were a teenager and now they were in a relationship.
Exactly.
They were in college. So I'd say they're probably like 22, 23.
I would say they're about our age, around that time.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, that would put them like mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, man, dude. Dog.
Mid to late 30s and still being
that person
like,
person's in their mid 30s, still daydreaming about our cockroach. Let that sink in.
Oh my god.
Adrian,
dude.
pull a picture of a sink at the front door.
What the fuck? A sink at the front door? What the fuck does that mean?
Let that sink in, bro.
Oh my god.
This fucking idiot, bro. This fucking goober.
Bro, you don't know that? You don't know that?
Well, I thought you were, bro. I'm like the Jamie of this fucking JRE podcast. I thought you were like, Jamie, pull up a picture of a sink and a door.
Yo, let that sink in, dog. Come on now. What are you doing?
Oh my god, dude.
Cold outside, man.
Which, Jeremiah, I don't know how many episodes you've listened to, but like we've read some crazy degenerate shit.
I don't know how many y'all made, but I've listened to 2.
This is episode 15. We've read a story about a guy that masturbated next to his turtle because he wanted company and he accidentally came on his turtle.
He blew a load on that fucking turtle.
We've read stories about like people digging shit out of their own ass because they were constipated and couldn't shit. Like, we've read some disgusting shit. This is by far the weirdest. I won't say it's as disgusting as taking shit out of your own ass, but this is fucking weird as fuck, dude.
I think the goal for the next one, if you guys want me back, I think my goal is to find the weirdest subreddit. I have to. I like at this point I want to find some weird shit. I want to judge someone.
Bro, there's some crazy shit on Reddit, dude. Like just from the couple of hours I've spent looking for stories in the podcast, which, you know, the first time I went looking, I found so many that I haven't had to look in a while. But it's fucking, oh my god, dude.
It's a wild place over there.
Like, I got some confessions, and like we could get into it if you want. We could go through a couple confessions and do like a little bit of a longer episode. Like, there's some crazy shit on Reddit.
I was looking at the confession ones, and they're just so like they're just so crazy.
This
Reddit
one's
is
just,
a wild place.
This one's just gay. Like this one is just gay, unless this is a girl posting it. It's titled "I'm curious about what my friend's dick looks like."
Oh yeah, that's definitely some gay shit. Almost let it slip, but yeah.
They said, like, I don't want to do anything with them, lol. I just want to know how they look. Are they small, big, thick, cut, uncut? I want to know if they're growers or showers. I want to see how they keep it. Are they clean shaven? Do they have a bunch of hair? I just like to satisfy my curiosity, haha. But like, that's it. I wonder if anyone else feels the same way.
That's definitely a femboy talking, I'll tell you that.
After my abuse, I've had sexual thoughts about my siblings.
Oh my god. Yeah, the incest Reddits are fucking foul, dude. I would.
Yeah.
I discovered them after our last podcast, and just like post podcast when me and Dave were just chopping it up a little bit, I was scrolling through, dude. I don't think I can stomach reading some of those stories. Like that shit. Because my thing is, it's not, because obviously, like, we've all been on the internet. You see like stepsister, stepmom, all that kind of shit all the time, right? But this is coming from people who are being sincere and have genuine experiences of doing this. And this isn't fictitious. This isn't like some imaginary scenario that's just kind of taboo, whatever. Like, these people who are genuinely like, every night before I go to sleep, I suck my brother's dick. Like, like that is so fucked.
Reddit just needs to cease to exist sometimes.
I mean, do you guys want to read a couple more stories? Otherwise, I can save these for another episode, because I know, Jay, you were saying if we would like to have you on again, which, bro, we'd love to have you on again, dog. Like, we're always looking to have you on.
Yeah, I would say let's save it for a different one. That way we have more to like talk about, you know.
Yeah, because like that story with 3 updates, that was a long read to get through. So
it was, but it was something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're winding down here, obviously. So for you, Jay, if anyone's listening to this podcast and they're like, "Yo, that dude sounds sexy as fuck," where can I find him stream? Where can they find you streaming at? And when do you think you'll be live next?
I will probably be live next tomorrow, and then throughout the weekend. I will definitely be more available on the weekend. But I stream currently. I only stream on Twitch right now. JD plays _. I stream fivem, Fortnite, other variety games. So like, you know, Arc Raiders, you know, sometimes party games with my friends. Like I know Friday's one of my RP friends' birthday, so she wants to play a whole bunch of party games with people. So I'll probably end up streaming that. So we'll have some drinks and it'll be a fun time. So that's where you'll catch me. Usually just Twitch, JD plays _.
All right. Well, I mean, Dave, do you have any last words you'd like to say?
Don't fuck cockroaches.
Yeah, I mean, and don't tell your fucking parents.
Yeah, if you do fuck a cockroach, don't tell anyone about it.
Yeah, keep that shit to yourself.
All right. Well, Jay, it's been a pleasure having you on finally.
Of course, it's been a pleasure being here.
Yes,
and I mean, actually being here for the first time. It's nice.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, when we record this, and we can always shift it around a little bit if need be, because like I said, we'd love to have you on again. Thank you everyone for listening. This has been the Uninstalled Podcast, episode 15.
15!